Hello everyone, I am Bhavna Sharma, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, Gemtech Greater Noida. In entrepreneurship development, we have started with forms of business ownership. We have already discussed sole proprietorship, partnership, cooperative organizations, joint Hindu family system. Now we are going to discuss the last form of business ownership, that is joint stock company. Now, as per Companies Act 1956, a joint stock company is an artificial person created by law having separate legal entity from its owner with perpetual succession and a common seat. Now, a joint stock company is association of people for profits. So, a company is a person, artificial person, and exists in the eyes of law. So it is an incorporated association of persons who contribute money to a common stock, which is known as capital. And capital is divided into shares. Every member purchases minimum number of shares in the company. So the shareholders of joint stock company have limited liability. Now let's discuss the features of joint stock company. It has a distinct legal entity, that a company is an artificial person which is created by law. So it has an existence which is independent of its members. So company can own property. It can enter into contracts. It can conduct any lawful business. It can sue anyone. It can be sued. So shareholders, they are neither the owners, they are not the agents of the company. So a shareholder is not liable for the acts of the company. Now next is the company has a perpetual existence. Now its existence, perpetual means continued. So the existence of the company is not affected by the death of the members or bankruptcy of its members. So the shareholders may sell their shares. New shareholders may come. But the existence of the company, it is not affected. Next is company has a limited liability. So the members cannot be held liable for the debts of the company because company has a separate legal entity. So liability of every member is limited to the nominal value of shares which is subscribed by the shareholder. So a member cannot be asked to pay more than what is due from that member. So in case the assets are not sufficient to meet the fully claim, the shareholders cannot be held liable as they are liable only to the extent of shares held by them. Next feature is the transferability of shares. The shares of the companies are transferable in case of public company. So every shareholder of a public company is free to transfer the shares held by them. Next feature is separation of ownership and management. Now this is a very important feature. The number of persons, or you can say shareholders, they are generally very large. So shareholders, they have no right to participate in day-to-day activities. They have a right to elect the representative or directors who then manages the company. Next is artificial legal person. That a company is regarded as a person because it is not a a live person, so it is regarded as an artificial legal person who has its own entity. And last is common seal. Now, as an artificial person, a company cannot act or sign itself. So the company acts through people, which is known as directors of the company. So all the acts of the company, they are done through the directors, who are authenticated by common seal of the company. So a common seal of a company is affixed on all important documents. So it is the official signature of the company. So any document which does not bear the common seal of company, it is not binding on the company. So these are some of the features of joint stock company. Now let's discuss the difference between company and partnership. Now, partnership is based on the act, which is Indian Partnership Act 1932, while Companies Act is Companies Act 1956. The maximum, in case of maximum partners in partnership company can be 10 in case of banking and 20 in case of ordinary business or any other business. While in case of company, that we are going to discuss after this topic, that there are two types of company: private company and public company. So in case of private company, minimum number of members has to be 2 to form a private company, and maximum it can be 200. While in case of public company, minimum members are 7, while for maximum there is no limit. In partnership, there is no separate legal entity from that of partners. That means the business and partners are same thing. While in case of company, we have just started now that there is a separate legal entity of the company from its members. Liability in case of partnership is unlimited, while liability in case of company is limited. In partnership, all the partners, they are entitled to participate in the management, in the activities of the business, while in case of company, only board of directors, they are entitled to manage the activities of business. And next is, in partnership, the shares cannot be transferred without the consent of the partners. So the partners' consent is required in case of transfer of ownership, while in case of company, there is freely transferable of shares in case of public company only, while there are restrictions in case of private company. In partnership, there are no legal formalities in the formation of partnership company, while in company there are a lot of legal formalities. So incorporation is must. Incorporation certificate is required to establish a company. In case of partnership, no statutory regulation. There is no statutory regulation in working, while in case of company, the company has to comply with various statutory requirements. The partnership firm is unstable because in case of death of partner or insolvency of partners, the partnership firm will be dissolved. While in case of company, there is a stability because company has a perpetual life. Company is not affected by the death of a member or insolvency of the member. In case of partnership, audit is not required. It is not obligatory. The audit can be done if the partners want. while in case of company, it is a legal compulsion to audit the books of account. In case of partnership, limited financial resources are available because there are few partners, because partnership can be started with two partners only. So whatever the funds may be arranged by the partner, so that much financial resources would be available. While in case of company, because they can be 50 members or 200 members, so vast financial resources are available. In partnership, the winding up of the partnership firm can be done. It can be dissolved at the will. So if there is mutual consent of the partners, the partnership firm will be dissolved. In case of company, there are certain provisions which is mentioned in Companies Act. So as per those provisions, the company can be wound up. So in this lecture, we have discussed about what joint stock company is, its characteristics, and the difference between partnership firm and a company. We'll discuss the rest part of joint stock company in next lecture. Thank you.